AXTI 561. AXTIS Oncology. AIA. 25% 40% 35%. /CH. N. Good morning, everyone. Let's start with a look at the latest from the U.S. stock market overnight. The three major U.S. indices closed largely flat yesterday, with the Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Dow Jones showing minimal movement. However, pre-market futures presented a clear divergence. Dow futures rose 0.31%, S&P futures edged up 0.08%, while Nasdaq futures saw a slight decline of 0.06%. This signals potential short-term pressure on large-cap tech stocks. On the individual stock front, AXT Incorporated, or AXTI, was a standout performer, surging over 17% in a single day. This impressive gain follows the company's announcement of a 3-year indium phosphide supply agreement with Coherent, which includes an upfront payment of approximately $22.29 million. Northland Capital subsequently raised its price target for AXTI to $125. This development marks a significant event in the upstream bottleneck materials for AI optical communications, further confirming the tight supply-demand situation for InP substrates in silicon photonics integration. Tesla shares climbed 0.67%, continuing their strong performance amidst expectations for expanded robotaxi operations. Interestingly, despite Bitcoin rebounding sharply by 2.78%, the Bitcoin spot ETF IBIT saw a slight decline of 0.44%, indicating complex fund interplay and sentiment in the crypto space. Now, let's turn our attention to the global macroeconomic thermometer. The 10-year U.S. Treasury yield rose 3 basis points to 4.49% yesterday, ending 2 consecutive days of decline. This uptick likely reflects the market's preemptive pricing in of potentially hawkish signals from the July FOMC meeting minutes, which are due to be released this week, suggesting a marginal tightening of liquidity. The VIX Fear Index climbed 2.12% to 15.90. While still within the normal range of 15 to 25, this upward trend warrants caution. A breach above 16.5 could signal a shift to more conservative market sentiment. The U.S. dollar index, DXY, remained largely flat at 100.95. The weak dollar pattern persists, providing support for capital inflows into emerging markets, but without further catalysts, a significant downward break in the short term seems unlikely. WTI crude oil traded in a narrow range at $69.31 per barrel. Contracting global manufacturing PMIs are dampening demand expectations, but OPEC+ production cut expectations are providing a floor, leaving oil prices without clear direction in the short term. Gold prices rose 1.02% to $4,175.40 per ounce. The People's Bank of China's continuous gold accumulation for 20 consecutive months, coupled with a weak dollar and geopolitical risks, continues to underpin safe haven buying for the precious metal. In summary, the current global market presents a contradictory landscape, with both structural risk-on assets and defensive assets strengthening simultaneously. We